Midwifery in ancient Egypt, practices and beliefs. Midwifery in ancient Egypt was a deeply integrated part of daily life, combining medical practice with spiritual and cultural beliefs. Egyptian midwives, known as wet nurses or mishwet, played crucial roles in childbirth and early child care. Their practices were influenced by a mix of practical knowledge, religious rituals, and traditional medicine. Roles and responsibilities. Ancient Egyptian midwives were responsible for assisting in childbirth, providing postnatal care, and sometimes helping with infant care. Their roles extended beyond the physical aspects of delivery to include emotional and spiritual support for the mother. Training and knowledge. Midwives in ancient Egypt were often women with considerable experience and knowledge. They learned their trade through apprenticeships, often within their own families or communities. This training included practical skills, such as techniques for easing labor and delivery, as well as an understanding of traditional remedies and rituals. Medical practices. Midwives used a range of tools and techniques to assist in childbirth. Birth stools and cushions. Special stools and cushions were used to help the mother assume a comfortable position during labor. These tools were designed to provide support and ease the delivery process. Herbal remedies. Midwives utilized various herbs and plants for their medicinal properties. For example, they might use fenugreek, myrrh, or frankincense to address labor pains or to facilitate delivery. Rituals and spells. Egyptian midwives often performed rituals and recited spells to protect both mother and child. These rituals were believed to ward off evil spirits and ensure a safe delivery. Religious and cultural beliefs. Midwifery in ancient Egypt was closely tied to religious beliefs. The goddess Hathor, associated with fertility and childbirth, was often invoked by midwives. Her blessings were sought to ensure the safety and health of both mother and child. Additionally, the ancient Egyptians believed in the presence of protective deities and spirits during childbirth. Midwives often used amulets and charms to ward off negative influences and protect the mother and infant. Documentation and evidence. Our understanding of ancient Egyptian midwifery comes from a variety of sources. Medical papyrus. Ancient texts like the Ebers Papyrus and the Edwin Smith Papyrus provide insights into medical practices, including those related to childbirth and midwifery. Art and iconography. Wall paintings and sculptures often depict scenes of childbirth and the roles of midwives, providing visual evidence of their practices and tools. Archaeological finds. Artifacts such as birth stools, amulets, and medical instruments offer tangible evidence of the tools and methods used by ancient Egyptian midwives. Legacy and influence. The practices of ancient Egyptian midwives had a lasting impact on the field of childbirth and midwifery. Many of their techniques and remedies were passed down through generations and influenced medical practices in other ancient cultures, including Greece and Rome. In summary, midwifery in ancient Egypt was a multifaceted practice that combined practical knowledge with spiritual and cultural beliefs. Midwives played a vital role in ensuring safe childbirth and contributed significantly to the health and well-being of their communities. Ilara arrived at the humble cottage of Lyra and her family. The room was dimly lit by the flicker of oil lamps, and the air was filled with the soothing scent of lavender and chamomile. Lyra lay on a bed of soft furs, her face pale but determined. Her husband, Rian, paced anxiously outside, unable to bear the sight of his wife in such pain. With a calming smile, Ilara approached Lyra. She took a deep breath and began to hum a soothing melody, one that had been passed down through her family for centuries. The melody was said to align the energies of the body and soul, helping ease the pain of labor. Ilara worked with practiced precision, her hands moving gently but decisively. She used herbs known for their calming effects, prepared a special tea, and whispered words of encouragement. The villagers believed that Ilara had a special connection with the spirits of the earth and sky, and she often invoked their aid in times of need. As the night wore on, the moonlight filtered through the window, casting a serene glow over the room. Ilara's soothing presence and careful attention guided Lyra through the final stages of labor. With one final push, the cries of a newborn baby filled the room, a sound that brought tears of joy to everyone present. Ilara carefully placed the baby on Lyra's chest, wrapping the tiny form in a warm blanket. She smiled at the new mother and her husband, who now entered the room with a look of awe and relief. The baby was healthy, with a head full of dark hair and a strong, vibrant cry. As dawn approached and the first light of day touched the village, Ilara left the cottage, her heart full of satisfaction. She knew her role was not just about bringing children into the world but also about maintaining the delicate balance of life and ensuring that each new beginning was met with hope and love. In the days that followed, the village celebrated the birth of the new child, who was named Aisling, meaning dream in the ancient tongue. Ilara was honored for her dedication and skill, and her legacy continued to inspire generations. Her stories, teachings, and the ancient rituals she preserved became an integral part of the village's history, reminding everyone of the sacred role of midwifery and the miracle of new life.